Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to School Science. My name is Luke and this is the Everton Stadium update for the 23rd of September 2023. Now looking over the site today, there's one thing that stuck out very quickly for me looking at this right now. So while we look over the East Stands and the Fan Plaza, the big ones are standing out compared to last week. So you're seeing a little bit more of the brick facade, and so across the front you can see more of the facade than is across the very front of it. It's one that it was stood out to me the second I got onto site. It was one that just was staring straight at me. You've got all the facade above the entrance point, as well as a lot of the longer ones across the front going over to the North Stand. So those are the main ones that stood out on the very front. So on the very top, we're looking at a couple more of the barrel truss extension cantilever. I'm gonna make so many names for these. So the cantilever trusses, you can see that there is more of them being put on right now. So you can see there is one more that has been added from the looks of it. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, one more. I'm just currently looking at my previous video, so apologies if I'm stammering and stuttering. Also, you can see a couple of vans there going out of the little hole in the east stand, so that's always a neat one to see. But yeah, as we're going over it right now, so the main ones that stand out right now for me across this entire site is the facade, the extra cantilever, and there has been a little bit of work around the ground itself, so around like the Fan Plaza and everything, but that really wasn't too like big of a difference, and unfortunately I did actually miss it with the drone, so apologies on that front. But yeah, as we move over now to the south stand, so the main thing that's standing out to me right now, if you're looking in the lower sections, I believe those are meant to actually be they're meant to be the turnstiles apparently. So from what I've been told, and as well as on Nick's video, so you can see like a little stack of metal there, so they are meant to be the turnstiles, and these are meant to actually be full body turnstiles. So these things, it's not like Everton's ones where the turnstile itself is pretty much waist down to knee. It's going to be a full body one, so you're basically going to have to push your way right through it. It's, yeah, a lot of the new stadiums have them. It's more the modern standard now. I mean, to be honest, it's probably better than what you get in the likes of train stations and everything, you know, where it's just like them little poly gates, because, you know, football fans are like, if they want to get through something, they'll get through something. But yeah, I'm rambling right now, so apologies on that one. So, but as a whole, looking over the site at the moment, there is a lot of improvements on the site, and the other one as well is where your concession area is, that little middle piece between the actual seating as well as the underside. You can see that pretty much all of the window framing is pretty much in place. Well, almost all of it. It's like 95% done. So what will probably happen there in the coming future, you're probably going to be looking at some windows going in there. Now, I'll be honest, I was half expecting this to almost look like one continuous window, in all fairness, you know, where it's sort of like, you know, you got your window and then your silica between it going right the way across. But to be honest, the framing's fine. It's whatever. We're going to work with it regardless. Now, if I am a little bit stammery in this video right now, I've just finished watching Everton's game, so we did just beat Brentford 3-1. It was a very amazing game. I'm really happy with the result, and I will be doing a post-match straight after this, so it is going to be a very busy night for old Luke. But yeah, as we're going over the stand right now, there's a lot of things that have happened over the course of the past week. I'll say a lot of stuff, not a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to see on this video, but a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So again, a lot of electrical work, a lot of plumbing work, a lot of stuff inside the stadium itself. And we're going to talk about as well the West Stand. So there's all the little bits and pieces to talk about when we come over to the West Stand. But overall, everything's coming along nicely. So I cannot complain. I am not allowed to complain. We've got to be happy in this channel. We've got to be optimistic. But yeah, all jokes aside, there is a lot going on with the site right now, and I just can't be any happier with the results and everything else. It's a lot more feel good, this video today, to say the very least. But yeah, as we're going to the West Stand right now, so the one thing that stands out to me right now, and you're probably noticing it yourself, so you can actually see a lot more of the windows getting put in and put into place. So there is that to talk about. And on top of that, if you look very carefully around the ground, well, on the floor, very close to the stadium itself, you can see some what looks like just concrete blocks, well, cement blocks I believe that is the beginning stages of the staircase. So the thing I've been curious about on when it's going to get built and everything is looking like it's going to start getting built. Now, the interesting thing is, with this kind of being 2 leveled, so your lower ground points where your little bottom entrance is and your higher up entrance, now you can see actually rotated down for that. The interesting thing is how, well, you can actually see where it's going to get split. There is a large divide there. But what's it going to be in terms of lighting? Obviously, there's going to be indoor lighting and everything, but natural lighting inside there, what's the situation of that going to be? I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit taken aback today. I wasn't expecting Everton to get a win at Brentford, and the win that they got was absolutely magnificent. We played well from the word go. We put pressure on and everything, but I've got to leave that for the other video. But overall, though, the West Stand is coming along rather nicely. I can't complain, in all honesty. And again, so as we're now going over onto the North Stand, starting out with the lower view, going across there right now, it's, again, everything's looking rather nice. So we are progressing bit by bit. And I am currently using my previous video to reference what I see from there compared to what I'm seeing now. So it looks like a fake wall has been put. So if you see the centerpiece here where there's a big X crossbeam linking the roof to the stadium itself, looks like there's been a false wall put there. Originally it was just like framing, metal framing. So that's a peculiar one where they've put it in particular. So I'm curious what's actually going to happen there. I know someone did actually mention on the channel that they're just going to block it off pretty much, but surely there must be some actual use we're going to use for this space, because there's just it's wasted room otherwise. Whether they could use it maybe for the stewards, whether it be like a back room so we can get from one area to another, or whether it can be like another part, like a concession area. Like if anyone here goes to the lower Gladys, there's like a concession stand inside the lower Gladys. Instead of having to go downstairs, you've got a small concession stand just chilling there. If it's something like that, then great, we can use it, we can utilize it. But overall, I'm not seeing too much of a difference here otherwise in regards to the North Stand compared to last week. But to be honest, it is looking decent. The improvements are coming left, right and centre. It is pretty much a week to week build, to say the least. It is quite literally a week to week sort of thing that we need to sort of be diligent and keep a close eye on. Because right now I'm looking at it, I'm bouncing pretty much between videos right now, trying to see whatever's changed and everything from stand to stand, and I don't want it to affect the video, but I feel like it is affecting the video ever so slightly. So I do apologise if I am a little bit stammery and everything, because right now as we look over the North Stand as we go across, there's pretty much no difference in all honesty. The North Stand itself, in terms of the clan and everything, there is absolutely no difference whatsoever compared from last week to this week. And to be honest, I can understand it. Over the course of this past week, winds have been absolutely madness. Weather has just been complete and utter chaos, in all fairness, from last week to this week. Now, the main thing I can see right now as we're going across is if you look at the southwest corner of the stadium, you can see that they've got their corner piece in. So the little concrete terracing is now touching the ground now. So that's the main one that I'm seeing from here, from last week to this week. But other than that, there isn't too much going on in regards to the North Stand. But in regards to the stadium as a whole, I'm happy with the progress that's going on right now. Everything is moving along as it should be. And we are progressing step by step. Now, the thing is, in regards to opening times, when the stadium is complete, all checks have been done, all tests have been done and everything like that, when do we move in? Now, myself, I think once it's ready, we move straight in, because it's going to be a commercial juggernaut. We will be able to just go straight in. And you know what? I hope that they do it so that the very first game in the stadium is a Merseyside derby. If they can orchestrate it so it's like that, that would be just absolutely historical. But in any case, guys, I have rambled on for way too long. I have pretty much given you a few updates, but in all fairness, there hasn't been too much from looking at past video to this video. But as a whole, again, great progress. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm going to see you all next video. Have a great week. Peace.